Hi guys, and welcome back to the Taste and Bloom kitchen. Today I'll be making this very simple fish stew recipe, and I'll be using very little oil and no tomato paste at all. It's a very good recipe, very nutritious as well. So please join me and let's get this video started. So in my saucepan here, I have some nicely cleaned tomatoes and beetroot. I'm going to go ahead and add in some onions as well. You can add in spring onions or scallions if you have those. And then I'll cover it without any water and allow it to steam on low heat. So after about 10 minutes, you can tell that there's been some liquid that's been generated from the vegetables. So I'll give this a stir and allow it to be on the fire for an additional maybe 15 minutes. So probably like half of the water is done, okay? So here I have some ginger, garlic, and pepper. I'm going to blend it and set aside. And then we'll start with our stew. For this recipe, I'm using about a tablespoon of sunflower oil. You can use any oil of your choice, okay? I'll go ahead by frying or sauteing my onions first. So I'm using the little oil because I need a base to fry my onions. And then after about 2 minutes, I'll go in with my pepper, ginger, garlic mix. And then I'll also give that a sweat and then leave it on fire for about 2 extra minutes and go in with my blended beetroot, tomatoes, and onions. So like I mentioned earlier, I'm not going to be adding any tomato paste or tomato puree or tomato mix, whatever you want to call it, okay, to this fish stew recipe. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Yasmi, and this is my kitchen Taste and Bloom. Please consider subscribing and joining this amazing blooming family. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to watch me. So about 15 minutes later on low heat, I'm back to check on my stew is doing well. I'm going to go ahead and season my stew. I'm not going to be adding any artificial seasoning. So this is some dried herrings powder, shrimp powder, and then some salt. I'll mix all of it into the stew. It'll add a ton of flavor to it. And if you're Ghanaian and you love or know shito, you know the taste I'm talking about. You have the feel of shito when you eat this stew. So definitely adjust the herrings powder and the shrimp powder to your taste, okay? And of course the salt as well. If you've watched the video till this end, I'm going to assume you like what you're watching. Please give me a thumbs up on the video, leave a comment down below on your way out, and share this video to reach a wider audience. So I loosened my stew up with a bit of water. So the thing is, with the beetroot, tomatoes, and onions, I did not blend with any water at all. I used my food processor. So as I went along with the recipe, whenever I felt that the stew was too thick, I just went in with more water. That was it, okay? At this point, I'll cover and leave the stew on low heat for about 10 minutes. And then when I'm back, I'll add my fish. So I air fried or grilled this fish. I'm using tilapia for this recipe, but you can use any fish of your choice. If you don't want your fish also air fried or fried or whatever it is, you can use it fresh, okay? But I prefer to fry or grill my fish so that it's firm in the stew. If not, they will just break apart most of the time until the stew is done, okay? So once the fish goes in, I'm going to also top up with some vegetables. So today I'm using just carrots and green bell peppers, okay? Because the fish is delicate, I'm just going to leave it on top and then cover and allow the steam to soften the vegetables up a bit. So when I'm back to check up on it, I'll just give it another very gentle stir and then cover once more and allow to finish cooking, and also allow the juices from the fish and the flavors in the stew also marry beautifully. I hope you are inspired to try this very simple, healthy fish stew recipe. Like I said, I use tilapia fish, but you can use any fish of your choice. And certainly do not skip on the dried herrings powder and the shrimp powder because trust me, you're not going to regret the taste at all. Thank you so much for joining me once again. And until I see you in another video, please don't forget to keep blooming.